I love houses. All my life I've loved houses. When I was younger, my mother and I moved so many times, so most of my memories are driving around looking at different properties. Now I love filming properties, and I think there's a great opportunity, whether you're a real estate agent or you have an Airbnb that you want to, advertise, to create your own videos to help show the viewers how the property really looks. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to plan a property video using some simple tips, how to film using just phones. Hello Adam, Adam's helping me here today. And I'm also going to show you how to edit using a really simple to use and affordable app. So let's get inside and start planning. So the first thing that you want to do when you're planning a property video is decide the type of video that you want to create. There's loads of different styles that you could make, but I'd suggest starting off simple, with the first one potentially being a one-take walkthrough video. This is where you simply walk through the different areas of the house, and you could upload this as is, or you could bring it into an app that I'll show you in a minute, speed it up and add some music underneath. The second type of video that you could create is just a series of shots, stationary shots, and then you edit them together using the same app, and then the app will stitch all of these shots together, add music underneath, and then you've got a nice short video showing off each room. Then if you wanted to get super advanced later on, you could potentially create a voiceover video, so you'd have to write a script and get shots to match. Or you could do a piece to camera in each of the different rooms, but for something like that you'd need a microphone and potentially a camera person working with you. So for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to focus on the one-take walkthrough and the montage to music. So once you've decided the style of video that you want to make, I think it's important to understand where the sun is going to be at different times of day so that you can choose the best time of day to visit the property. Now, if you can go to the property in advance of filming, then you can use this app called Sun Surveyor Lite, and it's going to tell you where the sun is going to be at different times of the day. If I can't get to the property in advance, then I might go on Google Maps and try and figure out which way it's facing and determine the time of day to film based on that. Next, we want to prepare the property. And what I mean by this is we want to clean it up and make it look as bright as possible. The first thing you should do is go around and turn on any lights and open all of the curtains. The difference that extra light can make to a video or images can be staggering. Make sure that each room is tidy and free of clutter if possible. And do some rehearsals, especially if it's a one-take walkthrough. Make sure that you have a route in mind and there's nothing going to be in your way that you might potentially fall over. The next thing that you want to do is to prepare your gear, and for the purpose of this video we're just using a phone. So what I mean by prepare it is make sure that it's fully charged and you've gone through and deleted as much footage or freed up as much storage as possible. Also, I would suggest getting and bringing a lens cloth with you and cleaning the lens with the lens cloth. Cleaning the lens can make your footage look so much better. It can almost be a jump from like standard definition to high definition just by giving the lens a wipe. So definitely make sure to do that. Now you also want to make sure that you're getting the most out of the phone that you're filming on. I'm filming here on an iPhone 12 Pro Max. So I'll go into the actual camera settings in the phone and make sure that I'm recording at 4K. So it just means that there's more information in each shot compared to just filming in high definition. And that should, in theory, make your shots look better. So if you're doing a one-take walkthrough video, you might need to have a few goes before you actually get it right. But what I like to do is start on the outside of the house from kind of the furthest or a different angle before I get around to the main door so people will see where I'm going. I also like to use the widest angle lens that I can. This phone has 3 lenses, so I'll always make sure to go for the ultra wide. And then I will walk. I will try and keep it as steady as possible, trying to avoid any reflections in mirrors or windows. And if you like as well, it's always a good idea to kind of stop and pause for maybe 5 to 10 seconds so that if you do speed it up afterwards, the viewer can still kind of, they don't feel like they're being rushed through, they feel like they're being stopped at certain areas, and then they can really take in the look of the property. The beauty of the wide angle lens is that it keeps the shots much steadier than any of the other lenses. When I get into the house, what I'm doing is I am hugging the walls and usually walking backwards, stopping at an area where I can see a lot of things in view. And then I'll continue hugging the walls, go around so that people can get a nice understanding of how it is. I'll then go over to the other side of the room as unshaky as possible, turn around and then pause there for 5 to 10 seconds. I love these one take walkthrough videos because they really put the property into perspective. If you're on a website and you're just seeing a load of different photos, it can be really hard to understand how bedroom 2 relates to bedroom 1 and where the bathroom is in perspective to all of this. So these are a great way to allow your viewer to almost feel like they're touring through the property. So let's move on to the second style of video that we can make, which is simply a montage video of different shots in different rooms. So when you're making a montage video, I would suggest doing it room by room and potentially doing it in the sequence of rooms that you want to be shown in the edit. Now you can always rearrange the shots in the edit, but it will save time if you just do it as you want it to be seen. So for example, in this bedroom here now, I don't know what's going to look best until I start filming. So what I'll do is I'll tuck in to each corner and I'll go between the super wide angle lens. I'll record for 5 Mississippi seconds and then I'll stop record. Then I'll switch to maybe just the kind of in-between lens and see how that looks, and then I'll record again for 5 Mississippi seconds. Now the reason that I'm not recording the whole thing in one is because when I go to the edit, I'm going to see the thumbnail of each shot that I take. So if I get a wide shot and then I switch without pressing stop record to another shot, I'll probably miss the fact that I have a different shot in there. I'll just think that it's the one shot of the wide room. So after I get it from this aspect, then I'll go over to the other corner of the room, tuck into the wall, and then get it from this angle as well. And then when I do the editing, I can then decide which one looks better on camera, or I might decide to use all of the different aspects so that people can really get a good kind of idea of what it's like in that room. So now we've our planning and filming done, it's time to take it home to the edit. So you've successfully planned and filmed your video. Now it's time to start editing using nothing more than your phone. The editing app that I'm going to introduce you to is an app called Quik, and it's owned by GoPro. Now you'll see here that there's an older Quik app and a newer Quik app. The older app was completely free and it was amazing. The newer app is pretty much the same as the older app. It has some enhanced features, but now they're starting to charge for it. So I was really disappointed by this. However, the charge is $1.99 a month, or about €10 a year. So when you think about how much a cup of coffee is and how much this app will actually do for you, then I can completely justify the cost. Now there are free apps out there. I've tried pretty much most of them, but a lot of them, they act like they're free until you get to the end and then they're like, now you have to subscribe to actually make it into a video, or they just don't have the same features as this app. This Quik app is almost like an automatic editor. It will make cuts to the beat of music. It will do so many different things. So let's start off with our one take walkthrough video. I'm going to open the app and click on the little button down here to access the media on my phone as well as previous edits in there. So I'll go to my phone and I will scroll through to find the longest cut in here. This video is 5 minutes and 17 seconds and the one before it was my rehearsal at 4 minutes 14 seconds. So I'm able to tell which was my long walkthrough video based on the duration of the video. I'll just select that, and then I will click this clapperboard with a plus symbol to add it to a project. Now Quik is going to do an auto edit for you, and what it's going to do is it's going to take the long clip and actually cut out different sections based on what it thinks will look good in the video. And you can see it adds automatic transitions and it's editing it to the beat of the music. But for the purpose of this, I just want it to be the full walkthrough video, and then I want to speed it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the little edit button here on the clip. Then I'm going to click into trim, and you can see here that Quik has highlighted with those little flags the parts of the clip that it wants to show. But what I'm going to do here is click manual, so I can manually tell Quik when to start and when to finish the clip. I want it to be the full duration, so I'll hold that throughout and click the tick button at the bottom to click OK. Then I'll go up to the top here and click done. And now my video is probably going to be 5 minutes and 22 seconds long, so the full duration of my take. So obviously I want to speed this up, or if you wanted it to be the full 5 minutes, that's fine too. So again, I will click on the edit tool and I will click on speed. Then I will select, this is called the timeline, and I can tell Quik if I want the video to be 2 times faster or if I want it to be 4 times faster. So I'm going to go for this option here and click OK. Then I'll click done. Now the next thing that I want to do is adjust the opening title and name the house whatever I want it to be named, and click OK and then click done. And now it will come out like this, and then the video will start playing immediately. Now if you don't like how that looks at the start here, if the text is maybe too big, you can always adjust the theme. So there's a selection of themes in here that you can play with, so you can go for Grammy, Lapse, Epic, Raw, Boxed, or whatever suits, I guess, the property or your organization's brand. So then you can also go in and choose some music. So there's loads of different options that Quik will allow you to choose from, and select the one that best suits. Finally, click save, and it will say that your edit has been saved, and then go into the edit once more and click on this share button up here, and then click share and click continue. And then make sure to leave the Quik app open until the export completes. If you close the app, the video actually won't be saved. So all in all, what we've done here is we've added in our clip, we've sped it up, we've adjusted our theme, added some text, and then exported the clip. So that's a really, really simple edit that's super easy to do on your phone, and you're ready to upload it now from your phone, or you can transfer it to your computer and do it from there. The next type of edit I want to show you is the montage to music, and Quik does this exceptionally well. So we'll click to create a project here, and then we will go to the phone option so that we can see all of the clips. So I'll click this little tick box button up here, which will allow me to select the clips, and then I will choose them in order of how I want them to play. Now I'm probably going to put in more clips than I actually need, but then I can delete the ones that I don't like later on. Once you're finished, click the clapperboard with the plus icon to add the clips to the project, and Quik will work its magic in creating a video for you. So now what you might like to do is go through each of the clips and delete the ones that you don't like, or make some adjustments to them. So for example, let's go for this clip here, press the edit tool, and then I will go in and trim the clip. I can tell Quik exactly where I want it to start and end, or I can leave it at auto. I prefer to leave most of the clips at auto because then it allows Quik more room, I guess, to edit them to the beat of music. And then I might be thinking, you know what, I'm showing too many clips of the outside, so I'm going to delete this one. So I'll just go up here and click on the 3 dots and click remove from edit. It's going to ask me if I'm sure, and I will click remove, and now it's gone. If I needed to bring it back in, then I press the plus, go to the phone and select that clip again. For example, if it was this one, and then click OK, and there it is again. So don't worry if you remove something by accident, you can always bring it back in. Then say I wanted to rearrange where clips are in the timeline. Then I just hold my finger down on a clip and move it over really, really simply. I can also adjust the theme like we did before, change the music, and change the duration. So this entire video will be 2 minutes and 43 seconds long. If I wanted it to be shorter, what I'll do is I'll just move this to another great music ending at 1:58. But what will happen here then, you'll notice, is that the shots will change really quickly. They won't be on screen for very long. So then you might have to go in and delete some of the shots that you don't need so that the edit isn't too fast throughout. Finally, you just go back and save it, go into the edit and click to share or save it to your photos. Again, click continue. Leave the Quik app open until it finishes. So by now you should have 2 videos saved to your phone, a 1-take walkthrough and a montage to music. I hope that this video has given you some confidence and I guess some tips that might inspire you to go out and create these videos for your property. Thanks a million for watching, and I'll see you next time.